Well, hello and welcome to KTN Weekend at 1. It is Saturday, the 28th of June, 2014. We kick off this bulletin by joining our team of experienced journalists who are down in Eldoret to give us the nitty-gritties of what exactly they're doing there. Good afternoon, Yvonne Okwara.
Thank you very much, Najma. Yes, indeed, we are in Eldoret for KTN Bottom Line, this month's edition. And I am at the rooftop of the Sirikwa Hotel, from where we'll be broadcasting tonight at 6:30 all the way up till 10 p.m. rather. We will be discussing the issue of tribalism. Now let's just talk about how serious this issue is, not just for Eldoret, but for people around the country. Now, as I was coming into the hotel this afternoon, I met a young man and we started having a discussion on our topic tonight on KTN Bottom Line. And this is what he said to me. He said, you know what, I'm not tribalist and I'm not violent. And as you can see, we had a rally here and we're fine. And he made an insinuation and said, you know, where you come from, what's your last name again? Where you come from, aren't you violent? Aren't you the people that sort of perpetuate this sort of thing? And it may have been innocent and innocuous on his part, but these are just some of the stereotypes that we knowingly or unknowingly put forward. And these stereotypes, these conversations have an effect on the country, as we have seen in the last few years or so. And that is why this discussion for us is very critical, to talk about the stereotypes, the conversations, and the effect they have on the ground, as we saw in 2007. It is an honest discussion, an open one, a painful one, but one that must be had by the country if we are to move forward. John Allenau is just a few floors below me in the hall from where we will be conducting KTN Bottom Line tonight, and he has all the preparations for you. John?
That's right, Yvonne. And just before I take you through the preparations, I mean, feedback's already coming through on our hashtag KTN Bottom Line. Sharon Achieng says the word has cost us much. It should be banned. That talking about tribalism. Abdul Rahman Mohammed says great debate, but tribalism is more cancerous today in Jubilee than in PNU and CORD. I mean, tribalism taking a political dimension and perspective. We're going to have a very raw discussion about this, whether it's politically driven or whether it's driven by other factors. But in here, the Baraza room, this is where the conversation, the boiler room, so to speak, is going to take place. Behind me, we're going to be having panelists from across the country, people who are members of cultural associations, as well as bloggers, columnists, political columnists. Of course, the people here in Eldoret will have a major role in taking part in this discussion as being part of our audience here. The room will be is empty now, but about 96 seats inside here, as well as seats on the veranda of the Sirikwa Hotel, where people in this vicinity can come and join this conversation and also contribute what their perspectives are with respect to tribalism. Remember, though, you can still follow this conversation at home. We're going to be broadcasting from 6:30 p.m. up until 10 p.m. And you can follow us on the hashtag KTN Bottom Line, as well as our usual SMS lines. There also is an email that you can contribute to, bottomline@standardmedia.co.ke. Send us your email, send us your feedback. Talk to us about how tribalism has affected you. This conversation is going to also include victims or survivors of ethnically motivated and tribal attacks that have taken place here across the country. Like I mentioned, we also have people of a more elderly extraction, people who come from the cultural associations in Kenya. For example, Fares Rutere, who is a member of Njuri Ncheke, as well as a national chairman of the Cultural Association of Elders here in Kenya. Remember to join us, a very important discussion, one that we must have, not one that we ought to have in order to move this country forward. Join us at 6:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. today and tomorrow for KTN Bottom Line, and understand the bottom line with respect to tribalism. So back to you, Najma. I hope you're going to be in your seat as well, listening to us and also contributing from where you are in Nairobi.